Banerjee, Lopamudra.
So these people are hell bent on establishing that I am from America, but I am very much from India.
Yeah, exactly.
I said that on many occasions previously.
Yeah, more from India and later from America.
ঘটনা চক্রে আমেরিকাতে থাকি আর কি, বাট আমার মনটা এখানেই পড়ে থাকে।
না, ঘটনা চক্রে আমেরিকা আর দুর্ঘটনা চক্রে ভারতবর্ষ কি সেটা না হলেই হলো।
না, সেটা একেবারেই নয়। তো ভাগ্যচক্রে আমি খুব ডেস্টিনি মানি, ভীষণ ফার্ম বিলিভার অফ ডেস্টিনি। আর যত বয়স বাড়ছে তত আই এম বিকামিং মোর অ্যান্ড মোর ফার্ম believer of destiny. Okay, first of all, jokes apart, I would like to apologize for my broken voice, which is very much a part of my reality now. 15 years, it's still going strong, very chronic, very disturbing. But in spite of it, I have told myself that I will not break down in spirits. I will continue to not only write, but also to give readings, in spite of my broken voice. So you will just have to bear with me a while. আজকে যে গল্পটা থেকে পড়ব আমি একটু বাংলায়ও বলছি। আশাপূর্ণার দেবীর কাজকে বাছার মানে সিলেক্ট করার একটা বড় ব্যাপার, মানে যেটা বড় একটা রিজন, সেটা হচ্ছে দ্য প্রেসিডেন্স অফ feminine subjectivity and the way that has been projected in her work when she was writing in the post-independence era, representing mostly the urban milieu. Not only the urban, she wrote about rural lives as well. But the story I'm going to read out here from my translation, this is very much an urban story, the journey of an urban woman in the post-independence era, the heroine Meera, who is torn between two worlds, two disparate worlds. Why disparate? Because one of those worlds is a domestic world that is apparently undisturbed and unperturbed. She belongs to quite an affluent upper middle class family. She has a husband who is apparently loving and caring, and she has her husband's Pishima or aunt, who in spite of her intimidating, interfering presence comes across as a caring and loving elderly woman. But that is just a facade. And that is the facade which Ashapurna actually, through the journey of Meera, her disparate worlds, one is the domesticated world in which she is caged, and she finds happiness in, and the other world, which is that of the old love letters, which comes all the way from America via a friend, from Kunal, who was her old lover, a relationship which never culminated, which সাধারণত বাস্তবে তো এগুলো culminated হয় না, অনেক সময় আমাদের প্রেমগুলো অসম্পূর্ণ আনরিকুইটেড রয়ে যায়। তো সেরকমই একটা আনরিকুইটেড প্রেমের গল্প। বাট এটাকে যদি শুধু প্রেমের গল্প বলা হয়, তাহলে আশাপূর্ণার যে পার্সপেক্টিভটা ছিল সেটার প্রতি অবিচার করা হয়। আশাপূর্ণা এখানে মীরার যে ফেমিনিন সাবজেক্টিভিটিটাকে তুলে ধরতে চেয়েছিলেন ওই সময়ের পরিপ্রেক্ষিতে, এবং বলা যায় কতটা যে মডার্ন ওনার যে আউটলুকটা, কারণ মেয়েটি বিয়ের যে শ্যাকলস, যে শৃঙ্খল, তার থেকে পরে বেরিয়ে যায়। কিভাবে বেরিয়ে যায় সেটা পড়ার জন্য ইউ হ্যাভ টু রিড দ্য স্টোরি। তো এবং গল্পটা এখানে প্যাশন আছে, there is passion, there is love, there is estrangement, there is feminine subjectivity of which I already spoke, and there is a woman's true position in a patriarchal society, যেখানে apparently ওই যে ফাসাদ আছে, যেখানে বললাম যে একজন হাজবেন্ডের ক্যারেক্টার আছে বিরাম, who is আপাত দৃষ্টিতে সে কিন্তু ওয়াইফের পার্সোনাল ম্যাটার্সে হি ডাজন্ট ইন্টারফেয়ার, বাট ওই যে পিসিমার কথা বললাম, যেখানে উনি একটা ইন্টিমিডেটিং প্রেজেন্স, এবং বিভিন্ন ঘটনা ওইদিকে ইন্ডিকেট করে যে মেয়েটিকে শৃঙ্খল ভাঙতে হবে। এই যে শৃঙ্খল ভাঙার শিক্ষা গল্পটা এই যে 50-60 দশকে যে দিয়ে থাকে, আমি ট্রান্সলেট করতে করতে আই ওয়াজ অ্যামেজড দ্যাট ইট ওয়াজ রিটেন ইন দ্য 60s when Uttam and Suchitra's film was being shown. Films like Pothe Holo Debi were being shown in the single hall theaters. তো সেরকম একটি সময় মেয়েটি বিয়ের শৃঙ্খল থেকে বেরিয়ে যায়। এবার এই গল্পটাতে একটি তেজস্বী মেয়ের গল্প আছে, তো সেখানে আমি একটা ছোট্ট এক্সাম্পল পড়ে শোনাচ্ছি। করছি। তো এখানে নীরা এবং নীরার বন্ধুর একটা কনভারসেশন আছে কাকলি, তার মধ্যে থেকে গল্পটার একটা ছোট্ট এসেন্স আর কি তুলে ধরছি। How many times did I tell you, read them please, but you? Well, why do you think I would have any interest in others' love letters? And look at that stupid boy. You never write to him, but he still writes to you and pines for you. It's nothing but self-love, a way to develop one's own being. Stop. No need to prove yourself as a clean, pure soul. Look how your voice trembles as you speak. Do you wish to get beaten up? Well, you can't stop me from telling the truth, even if you want to beat me for that. By the way, is there anyone else in your room? No, I told you before, I'm alone. Arey, I was asking because that Pishima of your husband pokes her nose everywhere in your house. Anyway, swear by God and tell me you don't love Kunal anymore. This is way after her marriage, by the way. What's there to swear? Did I ever tell you I don't love him? A woman's first love is always special, don't you know? A divine, immortal phenomenon. How would I ever know, darling? Did I ever have the chance in this life to taste or feel such a divine phenomenon? But I knew its taste in a different way, for the first and last time in my life, and it's an ongoing affair, you know? The affair that started at my holy wedding stage. Wedding stage? Ha ha ha, it started then. Yes, why not? Don't you know about love at the first sight? The proverbial saying in the scriptures of love? I know about that, but the way you both fight at all times? That's a different thing. You won't understand it. Anyway, listen, please take your bunch of love letters from my home without any further delay. We'll have to pack our own things and move. Shall I have to take it all away from you? But where will I keep them here? Neera asked in a helpless, parched voice. Neera and her husband is getting transferred to a different city. So now the crisis will start because she won't be able to act as a mediator between these two characters who are still in love. She will not be able to do that physically, so Neera will have to carry those love letters all the way to her husband's home. So from there the crisis in the story starts. এখান থেকে আমি একটু স্কিপ করে আবার ছোট্ট আরেকটা এক্সেপ্ট যেখানে ওদের লাভ স্টোরি একদম আবার ফ্ল্যাশব্যাকে চলে যাচ্ছে, যেখানে কুনাল আর নীরা একদমই ইয়াং দুটো লাভার, হ্যাঁ, তাদের ওই জায়গাটা পড়ছি। Neera had never thought that her marriage with Kunal, a boy of her neighborhood who was nearly her own age, would ever be possible. But still, Kunal's ardent emotions, his eagerness for her company, had been too irresistible to reject altogether. She indulged the incorrigible boy, a sapling growing on the brittle sand, and watered that sapling for quite some time. What other option did she have? Just wait for a few more years, Neera. See if I can't get myself established by then and prove myself as an eligible groom in all respects. Once I am, your parents, Mashima and Meshomoshai, won't object. Keep living in a fool's paradise, weaving impossible dreams. Do you really think they will keep guarding their beautiful daughter as a spinster till then? They are gauging my rate in the marriage market already. For your kind information. Neera would reply with a frown on her forehead. Forget what they are doing. What about you? You really talk like a stupid boy, Kunal. What is your age now? Don't you know? Yes, of course, that's why. I know you are just 8 months older than me. In order to get a proper job to be even remotely considered eligible for marriage, it will take at least 8 years for you and even more. Do you think my parents will let me wait for you for all these years? You are speaking of your parents now. Can't you yourself wait for me? Don't you have that courage within you? Kunal said, angry and distraught. Listen, you simply don't have the capacity to comprehend the plight of women and also legally I am still a minor, you know, Meera replied. But how long would you stay a minor? Forever? I admit I won't remain a minor in a few years, but how do I know what's there in store for you in the coming years? How do I know if you would really establish yourself? Kunal was a young boy of 19, but he looked like a grown-up man with an enviable height of 6 feet and a slim, slender body. Needless to say, he was growing up at an incredible speed. But in terms of his behavior, his talks and his interaction with others, he resembled a young, innocent boy. But what about Meera? On what basis would she herself demand to wait? Being a mature, sensible girl, it had been ingrained in her mind that a dependable, established, mature groom was the prerequisite to marriage. তো এটা একটা চিরন্তন একটা গল্প যেটা আজও খুবই রেলিভেন্ট আমার মনে হয়। আজও আমাদের এই যে ম্যারেজ মার্কেটের কথাটা বলা হয় এবং সেখানে এই ধরনের প্রেমগুলো হয়তো পরিণতি পায় না। তো ইন দ্যাট কনটেক্সট I would like to finish on this note that Ashapurna's writing has been so relevant even after 50-60 years of its publication and will remain relevant in our socio-economic and political scenario.
Thank you so much, Lopa. It was a lovely oscillation of love, longing,